Hello everyone, my name is Avra. Welcome back. It's been a long time. In my last video, I got 15 smithing. This was a process that involved me supplementing my last video with anything and everything that I could think of to make something more interesting than what was actually happening. If you ever want to make smithing training seem fast, come and kill skeletons for bronze bars first. You will max out at around 50 to 100 XP per hour. What I will be doing next will make that method of training seem like I am in an entirely different game. I'm just going to collect the iron bar from the spawn location in the wilderness, hop worlds 10 times, and then walk over to the anvil. Bronze bars only give 12.5 experience per bar, no matter what you smith. Iron bars give double that at 25 experience per bar. It takes me under 3 minutes to pick up all the bars and then run to the anvil. For 10 iron bars, I will get 250 smithing experience. 10 bronze bars usually took me about 2 hours for 125 experience. Changing to this method will actually be around 40 times more experience per hour than my previous method. Every trip with the iron bars over bronze bars saves about 1 hour and 55 minutes. So have I made it clear how much better this method is? Anyway, for the method of collecting iron bars, I didn't bother with more than 10 inventory spaces, as after hopping 10 worlds, you have to keep logging in for each world hop after. I didn't want to bother with that, so I just decided to go with 10 bars for one trip. Other things I did were just to reduce risk, such as sticking to the 500 total free-to-play worlds, and playing like a little bitch and logging out upon seeing the first sign of a white dot. You know, basic wilderness Ultimate Iron Man strategies. I stared long and hard at the iron bar, trying to come up with a similar edible representation as the milk chocolate bar. I ultimately came to the conclusion that if the iron bar was edible, it would be like that bar of jellied bugs in the Snowpiercer movie, or just something served in a vegan restaurant. And due to the trauma that milk chocolate caused, I have to say that I am now very vegan. But if you want to imagine them as bugs, then by all means, do so. So right now, the vegan maces and axes aren't really worth anything, so I just drop everything. Once I can make vegan knives, I will be using them to gain range levels. There is 22 smithing, vegan knives, here we come. This will get me around 300 vegan knives, and I will probably change things up and gain some quick range levels. Knives are just so inaccurate without much range bonus. Once I get 40 range, I can equip my green D-hide that I received from the clue scroll, and I think my accuracy will improve a lot after that. Okay, my entire computer just froze for a second, but there is 20 range. One thing that I think is important to do on a wilderness-only Ultimate Iron Man is not to build up too much of a bank value in your inventory. I had received quite a few nature runes over time and decided that it would be best to get rid of them by alching steel plate bodies. I have become kind of paranoid though, so I am only hopping around on the 500 total free-to-play worlds. So to speed it up a bit, I am also grabbing the Earth Staff spawn and alching that for a total of 5 steel plate bodies and 5 Earth Staffs per set of world hops. Then I just wait for them to respawn. It might be tedious, but I just wasn't in the mood to run into anyone. These nature runes should give me around 200k cash, and I plan to spend it all on runes. To change things up, I decided to pay Kyle a visit. He doesn't know me too well yet, but we will have to get to know each other better as I will have his hands in his pockets very often. I have a couple of theories as to why Kyle is in this graveyard. My first is that he is actually a necromancer who raised these zombies and prefers their company to the company of the living. The other theory is that he is a necrophiliac. And these theories aren't mutually exclusive. I think a quest to explore this character more in depth is necessary, and I volunteer to make it. Whenever Jagex wants some of me in them, I'm ready. So anyways, when you steal from Kyle, his f***ing zombies will usually harass you, and you have to wait for them to de-aggro. I just safe spot them as best I can while training some magic for a bit until they ignore you, and then you just dive right into his pockets. And there we have 20 thieving, which is a good portion into my goal for 32, which will allow me to steal from rogues. So my next plan was to get a lava battle staff for fire spells. As you can see, it didn't take very long. I think I had only killed 2 lava dragons before it dropped, so that was lucky, as I think this location is pretty risky. I'm standing close enough that PKers looking to nab people at Vedion would be able to see me just standing here. Anyways, this was the only clip I recorded as I thought I would be spending a lot more time here. Been here a while now, just trying to train magic as safely as possible. Sure, there are monsters that I could kill elsewhere that might drop a gear upgrade, but I'm not really concerned with that at the moment. I just want to utilize all that I have, as experience is more important than gear. Also, there is 60 magic. I do realize that I said experience is more important than gear, but it's time to get a new piece of Fashionscape. I was so sure that nobody would be at the Mage Arena at 6 AM in the US that I really wasn't paying too much attention when this guy logged in. Check out these lightning fast reflexes. What the f***? I have no idea why Mr. Battle Mage thinks that early morning is a prime time to pretend to be a Saradomin mage, and I also have no idea why he didn't attack me, but for once on this account, I will praise Saradomin. Thanks, Saradomin. You're welcome. Now go murder in my name. Anyway, I have no desire to run across Battle Mage and his tomfoolery again, so I wait a bit, and this time no religious zealots are there to sabotage me.
Put that candy back, I'm not buying you all that mess. Oh, try me, bitch.
Can you guess which god cape I'm going to choose? If you thought Guthix, then you haven't been following this series very closely. Also, the Staff Alks for 60k if I want some more cash. Also, my god, this cape looks so good. It demands a wardrobe rework. That's very hard to say. Also, shout out to this guy who hailed me at 6:30 in the morning. I'm sorry I didn't notice you. Before my Fashionscape upgrade, I wanted to try out Greater Demons in the Revenant Caves very quickly. It turns out that they do drop something pretty unexpected. 10 gold bars. On the wiki, they are credited as only dropping 1 gold bar. With this revelation, I could have potentially killed these instead of using smithing to level crafting. I will need smithing later on anyway, but it is an interesting find. I don't think it's worth staying though, as I see people logging in all the time, scouting out the area, and I feel it would be suicide to stay here indefinitely. I also want to finish using the rest of my runes. I probably shouldn't have spent as much cash on chaos runes, but I want to lose as little as possible should I die. There is 61 magic, and I probably have enough runes for 62. Also, these Black Knights aren't as sociable as they used to be after I've killed them 1,000 times over. If you're experiencing suicidal thoughts, please contact a medical professional immediately. Just grabbing another looting bag very quickly, but just look at that. You think Angus looks like a pirate? I think I might pass for a pirate as well. Not the down and dirty, mind you, more of a wealthy Spanish Navy captain gone rogue pirate. Like Puss in Boots. He's a pirate, isn't he? Do you not approve of this strong female swashbuckling mother? Might I add? Shut up, we're not doing you two this episode. Anyways, I have managed my inventory and my looting bag. I hope that should I die, there will at least be 1 helmet for me to come back to. Back to smithing, ladies and gentlemen, and I look more gallant than ever, and I just hit 700 total level as well. So to detail what's going on, I've been dealing with some health issues lately, and that has kept me from playing as much, and that is why I have not uploaded in 10 days. Also, I wanted to thank everyone that voted in the poll I put up a while back. The ratio was pretty split, which means many of you who didn't like the episode as much still like the video to support me, and that means a great deal. It is an exciting time for our wilderness-only champion. The paths to take are beginning to split off, and there are many different ways of playing a wilderness-only character at this point into progression. I could focus on skills like smithing to make the rebuilding process easier. I could invest tons of time into agility to navigate the Revenant Caves safer and easier. I could grind my combat stats alongside herb lore and make potions in hopes of taking on the most powerful wilderness bosses. The mid-game is going to be a fun time, and I am glad you are all here with me. Cheers for now.